All over the world at WNST.net. We never stop talking Baltimore sports.
And I think that they're having a dance again, and I know that was an issue when you were the coach. Speak to Ray Lewis a little bit, and also being 8 weeks out on a contract. I mean, Drew wrote a blog yesterday that got picked up by NFL Network, that we were reporting that Ray Lewis signed. And clearly, people never read the blog. The blog never said that. It was an opinion that Ray Lewis is going to stay here, and the opinion was formed by Steve Bisciotti saying Ray's going to stay here repeatedly. Where do you see that thing going at this point? I mean,
well, Ray is playing as well as, it's hard to say he's playing as well as I've ever seen because that covers a lot of ground. He's playing very, very well. As I said, this week was the first week I really got a chance to see the film and playing great football. How they choose to go forward, there comes a point for every player, there's going to be that transition. And the organization of the player, to do it together, there has to be concessions going forward. And what they decide, you see it time and time again. Adrian James in Indianapolis going to Arizona. Emmitt Smith from Cowboys.
Brett Favre's a Jet.
Yeah, I mean, so those conversations are tough ones, but at some point you sit down and you do it. And you need to make it happen or you don't.
Tell me about the uncapped year. I mean, everybody should listen to this because, I mean, you can go through. This is a good chance for you to plug the book you got coming out and all that good stuff, but I think it's the one thing. Fans bet on the games, they play fantasy, they drink beer, they eat potato chips and pizza, they come out here to McGurk's, and they love football. But what's going on behind the scenes of the Player Association, the death of Gene Upshaw, the business of the NFL is something I've always taken great pride in trying to understand, because I think if you don't understand it, you really can't be an A fan. You're just a B or a C fan if you don't understand the salary cap, you don't understand how Adele Thomas leaves here. If you don't understand how that works, with Ray Lewis, I think the salary cap and the uncapped year coming up is absolutely a factor. And I don't think most journalists or people that purport to be journalists, like Mike Preston and some other people, I don't think they understand it. And you've talked to me at length about the uncapped year, and it's all I hear about when I go to owners' meetings. That will affect Ray Lewis's contract, whether it's with the Ravens or any other team, correct?
Absolutely. Michael McCambridge, who wrote a phenomenal book called America's Game. If you want to read the best, what I thought was the best history of this league, capturing emotion, the pageantry, the intensity of the game. It's a fabulous book. And Michael approached me at the end of last year about doing a book about what's next. Because we're coming on to it's always an interesting time.
Well, it's been a glorious 30, 35 years for the NFL.
But you're talking at a time in this league where there's a transition in the personality of ownership. Where before you had owners where the club was their primary wealth.
Art Modell.
You now have the billionaires who have made a wealth elsewhere and are now buying the clubs. That changes. That's not good, not bad, not better, not worse. It's just different. It's a different mentality, a different business paradigm that they're coming into.
Well, the other thing is they're just swimming in debt to buy teams, right? There's a note to pay on stadiums, on all of that stuff.
To a degree, obviously there is that business side to it. The next thing we're coming up on is right now in the league was very intelligent, in my opinion, being very proactive at the beginning of this season to say, look, we're not extending the existing agreement. That decision needed to be made not that early, but they wanted to make it very clear, that agreement that basically has the cap system. Right now, the system in 2010 will be uncapped. That means we currently have, I think it's $117 million.
That means the rich teams, or guys like Dan Snyder or Jerry Jones, who've been win-at-all-cost guys, will go out and try to buy up the Peyton Mannings, correct? Or could.
But there's a poison pill in both sides. There's what a lot of people don't realize is the players you'd say, well, sure, the players would love to get to an uncapped system because salaries would skyrocket. The poison pill in there is the free agency goes to 6 years, not 4. So you have some guys that all of a sudden now are expecting to be free agents that would not be. So there's balance on both sides.
And 6 years is a bummer because if you're a running back, you might never get paid, right?
It's a long time. So there's enough to drive both sides to the table. But I'm concerned, as
everybody is, sure, right,
that there's a perfect storm brewing with regards to one of them is you have a majority of owners now who were not owners when we had the last strike. And we have almost no players, maybe Matt Stover, maybe one or two others at best, that were playing when we had the strike.
All over the world at WNST.net. We never stop talking Baltimore sports.